Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Tetcher. I miscounted. It is still the 29th. I am still recording casts. And today, I decided to bring you the rank 500 player. The last person I have access to in the leaderboard. And let's see what the difference is between the highest ranked games we've been covering and still higher than almost any other game we could possibly do. But let's see what that cutoff looks like. We've got a fun game running up for you today. Reminder to like and comment on the video to help it rise the algorithm so I can beat up the YouTube algorithm to help this channel grow so that more people can hopefully get access and get on board with Rivals Esports, especially when the MRC games come around, which I will be, as usual, covering a game every single day for as long as I can keep recording. And I'll be trying to pre-record. I'll be making sure this time to cast all the finals as quick as possible. They may be uploaded later, but I'll make sure to have them recorded so I don't accidentally get bamboozled again by the replays stopping working like I did last season. I've learnt my lesson. But a big shout out to the people who are helping support the channel by being our wonderful members to help keep the channel growing. Puff Mendili, Roshula, Doki Poki, and the wonderful John. Thank you for helping keep this channel going. It is always appreciated, and you can help as well by hitting that join button, or if you don't want to do a monthly subscription, you can hit the thanks button to support that way. So, let's jump on into our game. We are heading to Midtown. It is the Empire of Eternal Night. And we are heading in. Our rank 500 player. You'll see a lot of familiar names around here, so these are still top ranked players. We see our rank 500 player is Frogpog. But we also see some familiar name from Team PEPS. We got Leaf, we got Touzii, who we cast fairly recently. We got Hqrdest, who we've covered a couple times. We've got knuti, who we cover fairly often. We've got a Barcode, who is almost certainly a Smurf. We got several solid options here, and a great name, 5'8 Iron Freak, looking to play the Iron Man. That is a fantastic naming setup. We love to see that. We're going to see Hela and Captain America getting banned away here. Cap starting to creep up more in the pick order, with the dive meta becoming the go-to when it comes to Marvel Rivals at the moment. 3 people on red team wanting to play Psylocke, and not a single person offering a hero to be banned. Ooh, just in time, Groot and Spider-Man. And Psylocke banned by blue team. They knew. 3 people hovering Psylocke. It gets taken away. Ooh, we're leading very heavy on the damage for the side of the red team. 5'8 Iron Freak, swapping off that Iron Man, bringing out the Ironwood Wall of Groot. Barcode going to be doing the same, but it does mean, as you can see here, the Human Torch slips through the ban phase and will be being locked in here. Invisible Woman for Paranoia Man to help out. ABCDEFGHGJHG. I'm not going to be able to do that again. We're going to call them ABC for the sake of my sanity. Oh, Iron Freak does get to Iron Man. Let's introduce our players. On the left-hand side, on the defense of Midtown, we're going to be seeing the blue team of Paranoia Man. On the Invisible Woman, maybe swap off. They seem to be a little bit hesitant, maybe because they have 3 duelists. Kind of just vibing. Are they going to swap? Out the base, in the base. Paranoia Man swaps to the Rocket Raccoon. Going to be making their way out here. KirkUK will be playing the Emma Frost. Frogpog bringing out the Black Panther. Barcode on the Groot. knuti on the Mr. Fantastic. And ABCDEFGHGJHG will be on the Lunar Snow. And on the right-hand side, on attack, it is going to be the red team of Touzii playing the... well... I was about to say the Human Torch, but currently the Human Popsicle will be falling down to the earth. 27AXC will be on the Hulk. From Team PEPS, it's Leaf playing the Emma Frost. Sunless is playing Lunar Snow. Hqrdest will be bringing out that Invisible Woman. And 5'8 Iron Freak with the Hulk team up. Gonna be rolling out. This is a pretty solid lineup here. Double flyers, Hulk plus the Human Torch. Sorry, Hulk plus Iron Man and Human Torch plus Invisible Woman. It's a pretty solid setup, honestly. And look at this, just sieging and melting currently. But Frogpog, our key player, the one we're paying attention to today, piling on the pressure, but getting zoned out here. Pyro Prison's coming in. Paranoia Man on that rocket still. Both teams going for a standard 2-2-2 setup here. Supernova coming out from Touzii. Great radioactive lockdown onto Frogpog, but they're still forced to back away as Touzii keeps the pressure on, completely isolating this entrance area. But Fate of Both Worlds will allow the team to push on through as they make their way in. But beautiful invincible pulse cannon from Iron Freak to burn through the returning members. Fate of Both Worlds will keep Alphabet on the point for the moment. They're going to get focused down, chased back, and cleaned out here. Fan indeed! But that's going to be that Mr. Fantastic getting cleaned out. knuti off the board. 27 AXE is diving deep here. Going to take out the BRB. Looking for Paranoia Man. Going deep. Radioactive lockdown to try and hold him in place. But that's going to be the snowball to keep them safe. And Paranoia Man will get away. Red team are snowballing this at this early stage here. 5-8 Iron Freak sieging in. The double flyers, and where's the counter here? You've got that Mr. Fantastic who can sort of dive up onto the point. Kirk does have range. Alphabet does have a hit scan. You can see it coming in here, but their counters not really effective here. Frogpog can try and duel, but their projectiles are still projectiles. Here comes that here comes the Supernova, but pulled in by the Psionic Seduction. Not enough for the finishing blow. Media M takes out Sunless. Keep an eye on Iron Freak, who's pushing in, using that invisible boundary, holding onto their ultimate as it's not yet needed. knuti into that inflated form, escaping from that Psionic Seduction from Kirk, trying to chase him down, but it's not enough. Kirk is dropping low, but still tagging through. Iron Freak forced to back away there as they nearly got caught out of position. knuti tanking through this, keeping their team up. Fate of Both Worlds going to be coming in from Sunless. Invincible Pulse Cannon directly onto Alphabet, but they tank on through, keeping blue team in this fight for the moment in the backline. You can see that Mr. Fantastic Brainiac bounce cleaning up here. Take it out too with the help of Paranoia Man, looking for more. Keeping them slowed, keeping the chase going, looking for that invisible woman. Not enough to finish the job. Takes out Leaf, though. That's 27, making their way back to the point. Quick lockdown so they can rejoin the rest of their team. Blue team finally setting themselves up on a solid defense here. Frogpog. Pyro Prison. Keeping tracking onto 27. Zoning them out pretty nicely here. PEPS very far forward here. Pyro Prison immediately coming out to lock them in place there with the Flaming Meteor for the finishing blow. knuti gets the final hit. Sunless taken out though. Despite losing Kirk, we're still seeing, despite losing PEPS, we see Sunless go down as well as Red Team. Their push is slowed down to a crawl. Beautiful Pyro Prison. The entire entranceway there, forcing a rotation off to the right. Wonderful positioning there. Hulk trying to get Frogpog. Invisible boundary catches them that time. Frogpog sent down to Earth. Will get taken out their hardest. That invisible boundary is keeping the team up. Pyro Prison. This could be a good angle. The Seer keeping them tanked up. Forced to retreat down to the low ground. Psionic Seduction coming in, logging people in place, allowing Iron Freak to get the damage, but they're forced to reposition as knuti chases them down here, but they've got the healing. Gonna laser through it, eats the damage. knuti is healed back up to full though. The sustain on Mr. Fantastic, so on to deal with inflated form though, not enough to absorb the remainder of that damage. We're going to see the focus onto Kirk. Taken down, dropped low, retreats around the corner. Invisible Pulse Cannon just around the corner, just catches Alphabet. Pushes on in, keeps the pressure going. Frogpog on the flank, trying to keep the damage going. Has that Pyro Prison up, but they're being rushed down here. Zoned away. knuti is, as usual, trying to frontline, trying to tank, but it's not enough. Forced to back away. Barcode Not able to get close enough. Kirk is all the way back at spawn. Barcode focused down. Gets the shield. Brainiac bounce to buy a little bit of extra time to try and zone out that backline. Get some good damage. Getting blocked by Terrain here. Caught, CC'd, and popped. Will be respawning. Frogpog once again being forced to back away. That silent vortex preventing their flying, forcing them down to earth. Iron Freak gets taken out. Barcode with the damage. Here comes Leaf. Psionic Seduction just missing onto the Human Torch there. And see ya for that little bit of extra protection from Paranoia Man to prevent the turnaround. The pressure coming in. Fate of Both Worlds is available. Invisible boundaries being held for this. Iron Freak trying to get onto Frogpog. Beautiful catch again. We're seeing 27 holding this nicely. Point blank with the Invisible Pulse Cannon to take out that Fate of Both Worlds and prevent that extra healing. Knuti is once again giving everything they can to try and buy time, but they will be cleaned out. Frogpog has Supernova. Caught again! Laser guided 27 giving chase. Keeping pressure on those flyers. Paranoia Man moving on to the Invisible Woman to try and give Frogpog that little bit of extra sustain. Holding on to it though, not using that C yet. Supernova coming out, big damage, not getting caught by Hulk this time. Guardian Barrier dropped and immediately popped as the Unibeam is trying to catch him. Frogpog in the building, forced to go for the wraparound as 27 is continuing to pile pressure onto the backline. Frogpog dropped low, Meteor M absorbing some of the damage. Core mid-air! The flank coming in, they refuse to give them peace as PEPS locks them down, but PEPS will finally fall. Iron Freak getting chased down, Guardian Barrier, giving them that little bit of extra protection. They've also got the extra shield from that upgraded form, getting knocked back, picked off. And we are starting to see Blue Team drive them back with 2 seconds left. The overtime is going to have to come in, but they don't have a lot of time left or a lot of space. There's a couple staggered members as Portal comes out from Leaf to get the team onto the point. Invisible Pulse Cannon through the portal into Paranoia Man on the back line. They keep sieging onto the point to make sure that they can keep this going, but the Fate of Both Worlds is keeping them zoned out. Leaf is the only person touching right now. To overtime is ticking down. They need reinforcements. The Hulk has arrived to buy them that little bit of extra time. Pyro Prison is whittling them down though. The shield won't protect you from that. They're forced off the point as Hulk goes to transform. That's going to be 2 points, 148 meters and 12 centimeters. An intense battle, but unable to reinforce Leaf when they needed it. It's going to be a 2-pointer for Red Team. Can Blue Team make that back? Kirk moving over to potentially Penny. There we go. Back to group. Group, fairly long range, could help deal with the flyers. Penny technically has fairly infinite range, but projectiles are extremely slow. There's not much dive going on here. It would also be on attack. It would be risky. Could work if you can land those cyberweb snares, then you could try and turn this round. But overall, composition's looking pretty similar here. The Hulk has been abandoned for the defenders here as 27 going to be moving over to the Magneto for the defense, meaning that we have now the unupgraded Iron Freak. Let's see what they can do with it. Still sticking with the double flyers though, but now a weaker Iron Man. Aren't even going to be able to hold this defense.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Knuti sticking with this Mr. Fantastic. We're getting quite a few Mr. Fantastic players. Warrior and Knuti come to mind. These are 2 insane players who locked in how to play this character as this sort of third frontliner to play extra tanky, really juggling their shields and their health so effectively here. Inflated form, not able to catch onto that Human Torch yet. This time they get it. Touzii pulled on in, uses terrain to prevent being pulled. Blue team creeping forward, shielding their own team. Inflated form. A bit of self-shielding. Piling on the pressure. It's slow, it's steady. We see Kirk getting taken out. And the backline dive is coming in. The turnaround onto Leaf to try and take them down. But knuti zoning very effectively here. The unupgraded Iron Man sieging in a little bit of damage. Frogpog up above is getting some good DPS of their own. Not able to do a huge amount of the fires against Psionic Vortex to lock them in place. Kirk comes in. Supernova for Touzii doing huge damage here. Zoning the backline, forcing out the fate of both worlds. Here comes the counter from Frogpog. With the invisible boundary being dropped as the counter. Flaming Meteor used more for mobility than anything else here. But hey, if it works, they're able to set up the positioning. Meteor M just came out, not finding any targets here as Invisible Boundary is going to expire. Invisible Pulse Cannon also blocked, tagged through, and down goes that Iron Man. knuti, Brainiac bounce to try and zone away these defenders. Beautiful straggling prison. And that's going to be enough to zone, focus, and take out the defenders. And this push from blue team will be continuing. Iron Freak keeping on the pressure. Little bits of poking here and there. Nothing too hyper for now. Barcode. Staying on the cart for the moment, keeping the pressure on. Big charge. Meteor M for 27. Looking for the strategist in the backline, but Frogpog gets in the way, blocks it from taking out the strategist, but it's still going to give the opening for Leaf to start absolutely burning through everyone here. Groot trying to tank through, but is getting melted here. Tanking through, Fate of both worlds, coming out, Psionic Seduction to try and catch him. Can't reach, just in range of Frogpog, pulling them in to try and finish the elimination. Barcode falls, Frogpog is able to stay upright with the help of that fantastic Force team up. After Strange has made their way in from 27. Not using Portal yet, but just in case they need reinforcements as time goes on. Hqrdest, Invisible Boundary, so they can try and turn this round. Paranoia Man going to be matching it from the other side. Frogpog sieging from above. Touzii Supernova-ing from the side, taking a lot of damage here. Sorry, the Supernova comes in from Frogpog, not from Touzii, as Frogpog is getting the pickups here. The damage output is good, and that's going to be blue team continuing their push. Slow but steady, but momentum is starting to come in their favor as 27 sets the team up for solo Vanguard as they bring out Wolverine. Risky, but if they can get isolations onto Magneto or that Groot, then it could be worth it. Pyro Prison making this rollout a little bit scarier. Still taking damage, but getting healed up. God, the whole area is toxic. God, imagine if they went penny into this. Straggling Prison, 27, forced to back away, but that's going to be another triple. Make it a quad for the side of blue team. knuti chasing down even, trying to run down the Flyers with the dives. Incredible setup there. knuti wiping them off the board. God, there is very little, I think, that's scarier than a really good Mr. Fantastic. Iron Freak, they're going to touch the point, buying time. Meteor M to buy a little bit of extra protection. Wrapping around from behind, being Invincible Pulse Cannon takes out Kirk. It's not a lot, but damage is damage. Fate of both worlds, keeping the rest of the team alive from Alphabet, who will be able to take out Iron Freak here. Touzii Supernova to try and drive back the attackers one more time. Matched from Frogpog though to try and turn this. They've got a great choke point here. Taking out Sunless. Hqrdest goes down. Alphabet's down. PEPS is down. It's red team who are falling. They're getting one or two counters, but numbers heavily in favor of the blue team with the wipe ups. Going for that flying duel here. Iron Man getting chased down here by the Human Torch, but it's not enough. Iron Freak makes it back to their strategists. As that duel is essentially over, healers will put that on pause. Immediately Pyro Prison's gonna get dropped down, creating the triangle of pain. Keeping the zoning going. You see there, the rollout just becoming so much harder with that Pyro Prison. Ultimates, Kirk pretty close to there. Knuti to theirs. Kirk eating a lot of damage here, but is getting healed up beautifully here. Paranoia Man takes out 27. Leaf falls, and once again, blue team keep the momentum going, looking for their triple cap here. Trying to get onto Iron Man. Not enough for the finishing blow here, as Iron Freak is off around the side. Straggling Prison comes in, taking out that invisible woman. They need someone to touch the point. It might have to be Iron Freak, in which case it's time to ult and dash. Getting chased down, forced to the sky as Kirk is trying to get enraged to get the finishing blow. Big charge, Flaming Meteor forced to come in here as their team's getting eliminated. Blind into the invisible boundary, gets the double to try and hold it, but no one was left on the point. They were cleaned out, picked off, last ditch effort, but they were still cleaned out inside that invisible boundary. That is going to be 3-2 as blue team will take the win. And Frogpog taking MVP, our rank 500 player, showing that rank, it doesn't mean as much in some cases. Some people think you can still absolutely carry and perform. 32 eliminations, getting taken out 7 times. Lowest amount of times getting eliminated is a 2-way tie between abcdefghgjhg and Hqrdest, both of which only getting taken out 5 times. Not bad. But Frogpog, 32 eliminations, 15 of which were final hits, 10 final hits over to Barcode, 9 to Knuti, 17 to 5'8" Iron Freak. Will top that number, 29 eliminations. Second highest in eliminations, first highest in final hits. Let's see who got the most damage between the two. It is going to be 35k damage for Frogpog, 25 for Knuti, 45k damage for Touzii, and 43 for Iron Freak. Sorry, that would use their full government name. 5'8" Iron Freak. Top damage to Touzii, despite getting less than half of the final hits. They were still able to get 10k more damage than Frogpog. Touzii doing a lot more whittling down of people, allowing 5'8" Iron Freak to get those finishing blows. And top damage blocked. 59k for Barcode. Kirk with 58k, 50k, and 42k for 27 AXC and Leaf. Winning team able to tank more this time. And also the supports. You do start to see a little bit of a difference when it comes to the defensive capabilities. For starters, we do see 35k damage blocked. On top of the fact that their tanks absorbed more damage than the enemy vanguards, we do see that Knuti contributed as well. While they got a little bit less damage with 25k, just keeping up with Leafs here, they still got 35k damage blocked. It's more spread out here for a Mr. Fantastic player. It worked out well. Top healing though, 36k for Sunless, 43k for Hqrdest, 50k for Paranoia Man, and Alphabet with 52k healing. While getting eliminated the least, they were able to keep their team up beautifully. Well played. Well played indeed. With the amount of poke we were seeing from Touzii and Iron Freak, it's not surprising that we see those healing numbers through the roof. Whereas we saw a little bit more of a run it down, finish what we started composition for blue team with that Mr. Fantastic. And that's it. That's it for the games. While my shirt does not like the green screen. Oh, you can see the JPEG behind because I rolled my chair a little bit further forward here. But I hope you all enjoyed today's video. It's way so far. It's so far over. Whatever. Get rid of it. You can see through. You know what? See Ultron behind me. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. This, the last one, I'm pre-recording. So the next video you should see, I've definitely counted right this time, should be the video where we start recording live again. So send any replays you want me to cast, and before the, as this video comes out, and if you send them on today's video, then it will be maybe the day after tomorrow where you might start to see me cast them. If you have any of your favorite streamers or any other top ranked players you'd like me to see, or if you're a tournament organizer and would like your videos on this channel, I will be linking your tournament, I'll be linking your main stream, anything you want to see covered, send me a link. I am open to all things. And if there is anyone who wants to support a tournament, wants to sponsor their own, then my business email is in the description below. I have years of experience with ESL, especially tournament running. I've run my own tournament a couple times now. I have been around the block quite a bit. For now, though, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Remember, you can support the channel by liking, commenting, subscribing. You can support the channel by hitting that thanks button, watching the videos without ad block or with YouTube Premium so I can steal YouTube's money. And also you can support just by sharing the video around and just making sure that you watch all the way through. Thank you all very much for watching. I have been Tetcher, and I will see you all tomorrow.